Welcome to Irish Illustrated at irishillustrated.com. I'm Kevin Sinclair, and following up on Tom Loy's reporting on the Vyper position, looking at the handful of prospects on the board targeted by Notre Dame, I had a quick look at their film, broke down some of their skills and techniques and talents from each of those prospects on the board discussed in Loy's piece, starting with Notre Dame's weak side end commit. Let's dive in.
At the Vyper position, we'll start with looking at Keon Keeley, Notre Dame's current commit. Just a few plays here. From a physical standpoint, as you can see coming off the edge, 6'6", around that 235 mark, super long, in great shape. He's just physically, he's everything you want on that weak side, from height, length, that reach, and then his bend, his balance, and body control. He's like the perfect weak side end, Vyper end. That stand-up weak side edge rusher role. As you can see there, he eats up the run and pass. Now, Nyckoles Harbor, this is an amazing athlete. Runs a 10,300 meter, 4.6 GPA. Kind of reminds me of just those numbers, reminding me of Jason Owa back in the 2018 class, but he has more size than Owa did. And, you know, he might be a little bit further along as a football player. So this is your freak athlete. You can see him with his hand in the dirt from the inside, penetrating gaps and blowing up the backfield or coming off the edge in a stand-up roll. You see him kicking inside here, really good at shooting gaps, very explosive. And the sky's the limit for him, really. 10,300 meter at that size is just remarkable. This is a unicorn of an athlete. And again, come from Archbishop Carroll, certainly a profile fit school for Notre Dame. And then here he is on offense, just to get a look at his athleticism. Here he is just kind of going into the end zone in the red zone, and a beautiful catch, scoring some points for his program. So an interesting one there. Now, Chandavian Bradley, this is a prospect recruited by Notre Dame, has visited Notre Dame, and he's a four-star edge rusher. Here he is coming off the edge, really good length, very twitchy and nimble, really good bend, very good athlete, a basketball star turned football player, edge rusher. And they got him playing more in space. But here he is coming off the edge. His change of direction, his feet with that basketball background is substantial. And here he is attacking the run inside. Showed a pretty vast improvement from his sophomore to junior year, added some size. And now this is what I'm talking about in terms of playing in space. They dropped him a fair amount, which would be really good for that Vyper role at Notre Dame, of course, as you drop into coverage. And then just to get a look at his athleticism, here he is on the basketball court. I mean, again, basketball is kind of his first main sport. And now here he is making plays. He can shoot from distance. Just a pretty tremendous athlete all the way around, out of not far from Kansas City. And Notre Dame has liked him for a long time, a good student as well. And then, of course, Kennedy McDowell out of Texas. This is a very slippery, weak side edge rusher with good speed, a high motor, very hard to block. Again, just sort of that slippery guy. Myron Tagovailoa Amosa was similar, very hard, just doesn't stay blocked and then attacks well. But this is a true edge rusher. I think he could develop a really good speed rush. And then watch this change of direction here, how hard he is to evade in the backfield. A lot to like here. This could be a true pass rush specialist at the next level, and a heck of a smart kid fit for Notre Dame.
And that wraps it up. Notre Dame has lost some bodies in these last few classes. Darren Agu in the 2022 cycle flipping to Vanderbilt. Darren Apu from out in California transferring back out to, west to UCLA. So Notre Dame could use another body there, even though they have a five-star prospect like Keon Keeley currently committed. And there's some exciting prospects there on the board. So good to have a look at them. But that's it for me. Thanks for tuning in to Irish Illustrated. I'm Kevin Sinclair.